Hi, this is Heather Carrata, and it's our week 2 of our Summer Online Wellness Challenge. And this week's topic is balance and supporting. So we're going to talk about ways we can balance and support our bodies and our lives today. Or this week, and today is Nutrition Monday. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to balance our nutrition and how to support our bodies with our nutrition. So last week we talked about the foundations of nutrition. And today I just want to talk more about, in general, balance with our diet. So one thing out there that you might have heard of is called a rotation diet. So a lot of people will find certain things to eat that they like and they know that works and it fits in their calorie system, and they eat the same thing every day. But there's a lot of research going on that says that's not the best thing to do. If we can rotate our diet, that's a really good thing, because our bodies will get used to eating the same type of food. And then if you have a condition that's known as leaky gut, where basically in an elementary form, parts of your food are getting out at different times of your digestive tract when they're not supposed to. So let's say they're supposed to enter your small intestines at a certain time, but instead they're going out in the stomach. Your body sees it as a foreign invader, and then your body will actually attack itself. So it's a leaky gut's a cause for a lot of autoimmune diseases. So you'll actually have your body attacking some of the cells that came out with the food in the wrong time, and you'll have leaky gut. And one of the ways to heal leaky gut is to basically eat a rotation diet. So that means you want to take 4 days and you want to eat something different each of those 4 days. So let's say I'm a big salad eater. If you eat salad every day for lunch, you can rotate it still. So maybe one day you have salad with iceberg lettuce. On day 2, you have salad with kale. On day 3, you have spinach. And on day 4, you've got some other type of green there with your salad. So you can rotate, and then maybe you have chicken one day, shrimp one day, steak one day, another. So you want to try to rotate what you eat, because that's good for your body. You're also getting a lot more vitamins and minerals. You're not limiting yourself to what you can get. So a rotation diet is a way that you can be more balanced and supportive of your system. Also, when we talk about balance, we talked about eating a protein with a carb, and that's always a great thing, because the proteins are going to make you feel satisfied longer. They're going to make you eat less that way, because you're going to not be hungry quite so fast. And it's just a real good thing, because protein can also give your metabolism a slight boost. So while it's also filling you up, you're eating fewer calories that are consumed, and your metabolism's a little bit higher. So if you're talking about balancing and maybe choosing something over another, if you're talking about protein, you want to choose things like eggs. They're hard boiled. They can be portable that way. That's a great way to eat an egg. Low-fat yogurts or cheese, some kind of nut butter. They have P3 now. It's a powdered peanut butter. It's got a lot less fat than regular peanut butter, but that's a great thing to choose for protein. Any kind of lean meat, poultry, legumes, tofu, edamame, sunflower seeds, that type of thing. You want to try to avoid hamburger, marbled meat. Those marbled meats are laden with saturated fats, and those are not a good thing. You want to try to avoid high-fat dairy products, so things like ice cream, which is yummy, but high in fat. Processed meats like bologna, pepperoni, and bacon, they're not real good for you either. So when you're choosing your protein, you want to choose the right protein. Like I said, when you're talking about balancing your diet, you want to have a protein and a carb together at the same meal, ideally. Also, when we're talking about balance, you want to rotate your food. You want to eat those things at the meals, and you also want to balance your day. So let's say you're going to eat breakfast. In about 3 hours, you want to have another small meal, a little snack, and then you want to have lunch. And then another 3 hours, you want to have a little snack, and then you want to have dinner. So you want to balance the day out with your food. You want to be constantly giving your body nourishment, because when you wait for really long periods of time, like 8 hours, I'm bad about doing that. I just get working and I don't give myself time to eat. Then your blood sugar is going to dive down. And when your blood sugar dives down, you get really, really hungry, and you get really, really moody, and you'll tend to overeat when you eat again. And you're going to choose the wrong kind of things because you're so hungry. So you want to balance your day by eating small amounts throughout the day. That's another good tip. You want to make sure you're trying to balance your diet by eating a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruits. Veggies are huge cancer-fighting things. They've got a lot of antioxidants in them. They've got a lot of vitamins, a lot of things that are going to help our body. Fruits as well. But make sure you eat your fruits and veggies. And I would try to eat something every meal. If you're eating 5 times a day, try to eat a fruit or vegetable each time you have a meal. You also, just to kind of talk about balancing, you want to, if you're going to choose something from the whole, whole grain kind of thing, something from the grain and bread and rice group, you want to choose whole grain cereals and breads. You want to have whole wheat pasta or brown rice. Leafy green vegetables, they're a good carbohydrate. Any kind of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. And a side note, I take a supplement sometimes that is basically a bunch of cruciferous vegetables all broken down and put into a pill form. So it's like eating a ton of broccoli, cauliflower, and that type of thing. And that is actually a way to help metabolize excess estrogen in your body. So it will help you balance your hormones if you're eating a lot of these cruciferous vegetables. The fruits, like I said, apples, pears, berries, sweet potatoes, those are great carbohydrates. You want to try to lose things like French fries, of course, cookies, donuts, pastries, candy pop, all that kind of stuff. Potato chips, pretzels, crackers. Now, I also try to do gluten-free as much as possible just because I tend to have an issue with gluten. I think I mentioned that before. It tends to make my skin hive up when I have too much of it. So I will eat a regular piece of bread occasionally, but I try to do gluten-free if at all possible. So that might be something you want to do too. And when you're talking about balancing your diet, you want to make sure you get a lot of healthy fat. Some people try to avoid the fat completely. They want to lose weight. They want to be healthy. They avoid the fat, but that's the worst thing to do. You want to actually have a good portion of healthy fat in your diet. And healthy fat can be something like nuts, popcorn made with canola or olive oil, lean cuts of beef and pork, boiled or grilled dishes instead of fried, bread with olive oil. Avocados are a great source of fat, a healthy fat. Coconut oil is a good source of healthy fat. You want to lose things like processed foods, chips, crackers. They're made, unless they're made without trans fats, which is hard to find, but sometimes you can. Fried foods, bread soaked with butter, cream soups, and sauces. You want to try to avoid those things as a way to get your fat. Like I said, a good portion of healthy fat is actually going to help your body lose fat. If you give your body a healthy fat, your body is able then to break down and lose the bad fat. So you want to just make sure you're choosing the right kind of things when you're talking about your diet. And also remember, when we talk about calories, for every gram of fat, it's 9 calories. And for every gram of carbohydrates or protein, you get 4 calories. So you want to get a healthy amount of fat in your diet, but you also don't have to eat a whole lot. And that's something to keep in mind, because portion control, when we're talking about balance, you want to eat your food throughout the day. You also want to eat littler portions. In fact, it's a wise idea. Sometimes people take the smaller, like the salad plate that you would have, the little side dish plate, and eat your meal on that instead of have the huge plate that you have to fill with food. And then people tend to want to finish their plate, everything on the plate, clean it off, and then you're eating way too much. So if you choose a smaller plate, that's also a thing. If you go out to eat, what you can do is actually take half your food, just put it in a to-go dish at the beginning, and eat half your dish, because most of the time when you're eating out at a restaurant, you're going to be eating way more than a serving. Probably you're talking 3 or 4 servings of that dish, sometimes more. So you want to just choose a smaller plate. And like I said, to keep balance, we talked last week about writing down, logging your food. You want to definitely keep a journal of your food if you can. Whether you're trying to lose weight or not, just to look and see what you're eating. And if you also notice that you have certain issues going on, headaches, stress, anxiety issues, then you can look back and you can see if there's a trend in the food that you eat. But you won't know that unless you keep a food diary. So you might even want to write down the food you eat in your diary, write what time of the day you ate it, and then maybe how you're feeling. And you can really learn a lot about your diet and how it affects you by doing that. And that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about today when we're talking about balancing out our diet. So you just want to be smart about things. We'll talk a little bit more this week about supplementing, because sometimes you need to supplement your diet in order to balance it out by choosing multivitamin, multi-mineral supplements, that type of thing. So we'll talk more about that another day, but we'll keep this short and sweet today. And thanks for tuning in to week 2 of our Zen Zone Online Wellness Challenge. And it's Nutrition Monday. And again, we talk about balancing and supporting our bodies this week. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.